Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, CXC reverses decision to discontinue some technical subjects. The Caribbean Examination Council has announced that the continuation of 4 technical subjects made a public furor over reports that the offerings would be suspended. Registrar and the Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Wayne Wesley, made the announcement during a press conference Tuesday afternoon. CXC has been facing criticisms from education stakeholders over its decision to discontinue certifications for green engineering, agricultural science double award, mechanical engineering, and electrical and electronic engineering due to low take-up. It was revealed that there was no student enrollment across 6 member states within the last 5 years for mechanical engineering technology alone. Dr. Wesley also announced the addition of 12 new generation technology and science programs.
Some are not yet at the desired demand. Governments will work with CXC in a partnership in building demand for these new programs to enable their cost viability. Today's deliberations with the Ministers of Education reinforced the need for a collective regional marketing thrust to promote the priority subject areas in STEM or STEAM education and climate-smart agriculture, which are considered critical for the economic growth and sustainable development of the region. And finally, CXC is committed to ensuring its communications protocols accord the Ministers of Education greater line of sight of high-level policy recommendations for decision-making. Outside of the marketing, there are several factors that would have affected this. The availability of teachers, the availability of resources in labs, the interest of students, and hence the marketing thrust that we have agreed to ensure that we speak to the relevance of these subjects to the region, and that the governments of the region would have articulated a plan to drive an economy that is based on climate change, resilience, agricultural, food security, what we are prone to in the region for disasters. And so with that commitment from government, coupled with and marketing of those subjects to students should drive greater demand.
42-year-old teacher dies suddenly. Her daughter scheduled to sit PEP today. Keisha Hill, principal of Padmore Primary School in rural St. Andrew, believes that a combination of work-related stress and illness contributed significantly to the sudden death of one of her teachers on Monday. Anne-Marie Wallace-Lewis, 42, collapsed and died at her home in Burnside Valley shortly after returning home from school. A portion of Monday's assignment was still written on her blackboard in her grade 4 classroom yesterday. Hill said Lewis would complain of not feeling well and was under teaching stress. Last week, she was not feeling well and had taken some days off. The truth is, our teachers in Jamaica work 5 days a week in the classroom, and the other 2 days are used for lesson plans, so we work 7 days a week. We also have our personal problems. In recent times, you will notice that our principals, vice principals, and the teachers are dropping down, said Hale. She said that she was heading home from school when she got the devastating call. I immediately went to Mrs. Lewis's house where I found out that it was true. She was at school on Monday looking all glamorous. She was a person who internalized her struggles, and it so happened that I sat at her desk and spent half an hour with her and we spoke. She liked to put the best out like all of us, so you would have to look at her sometimes when she is really distressed to see it on her. She was really looking good and we didn't see it on her, Hale said. Wallace Lewis was a mother of 3 and her daughter, who is a grade 5 student at the institution, is slated to participate in the PEP exams today. Wallace Lewis was an educator for 15 years and joined Padmore's staff last September. Classes were held online yesterday as the staff mourned. Sitting among her teachers in a classroom, Hill described Wallace Lewis as a dedicated educator and a people person. She was a very bubbly person and she loved her job. She loved her students and she got along with everybody. Hale emphasized that teaching is often a 24-hour job adding that there is more pressure on the teachers to play a motherly role to the children. Sometimes I will get up out of my bed at 2 a.m. to deal with a parent-student situation. I remember coming here at 3 a.m. because a little boy left a pencil case under the tent and the mother beat him from the house to come up to Padmore to look for it. I had to leave my house in my pajamas to come up here to deal with the situation. Sometimes the children are sad as their mother or father is stressed. When they come to us, it takes more out of us to teach them, and we have our personal issues also, Hale said. She said the school is also lacking basic necessities such as a staff room and a sick bay, which adds more pressure. What we get for our pay is dirt salary. They need to pay us for lesson plans and electricity subsidy. We here at Padmore don't get remote allowance. Once our classes reach 30 students, we should have an assistant. There are 38 students in Mrs. Lewis's class, and she teaches about 6 subjects. It's hard to deliver the curriculum while trying to keep order in the class and all of that. It is too much, and at the end of the day, you just have a pounding headache, she said. One teacher, Alicia Campbell, said just the number of children in a class is pressuring enough. You won't find a class with all 39 or 40 students that are good behaving. There are 40 different personalities, and to be a single teacher in the class is overwhelming. Remember, we teach math, language, social studies, among other subjects, and it's pressuring. We go home and deal with our personal lives, and then we have to be ready for school the next day, she said. St. Catherine taxi operator implicated in liquor theft remanded. A taxi operator who claims that he was not aware that $700,000 worth of liquor in his car was stolen until he was stopped by the police was remanded in custody when he appeared in court on Tuesday. The accused, Delon Christie, is charged with larceny over the theft of goods from a store along Old Harbor Road in Spanish Town. The matter was mentioned in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday. Christie's attorney told the senior parish court judge, Desiree Aline, that his client did not know that those who hired him to transport the items were involved in a criminal act. Judge Aline said the police and the clerk of court must do further investigation to determine whether Christie should face additional charges. Christie was then ordered to remain in custody. It is alleged that sometime on May 28, the complainant securely locked his wholesale liquor store. At about 2:30 a.m., there was an alert that the persons forcibly gained entry and stole a quantity of goods which were taken away in a motor car. A report was made to the Spanish Town Police Station. On Valdez Road later on, a team of cops intercepted a car fitting the description of the one involved in the theft. The police were allegedly challenged by 2 armed men inside the car. The men fled, leaving Christie, who was driving. He was detained and later charged. CETAC partners with Carib Cement to destroy counterfeit cigarettes. The Intellectual Property Unit of the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, in partnership with the Caribbean Cement Company Limited, on Monday destroyed 624 cases of counterfeit cigarettes valued at an estimated Jamaican $400 million. The safe consumption of the cigarettes in the cement kiln was overseen by CETAC. The cigarettes, which are a source of refuse-derived fuel, offers a safe alternative to fossil fuel in the cement-making process. Commenting on the activity, Managing Director of CCCL, George Martinez, the company is advancing its environmental sustainable efforts while at the same time playing its part as a responsible corporate citizen to rid the society of counterfeit products. Through our Future in Action program to reduce CO2 emissions, we are actively looking for alternative sources of fuel. Refuse-derived fuel, such as these cigarettes, offer that potential, he said. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.